How's 2025 going so far? A couple weeks into January, and a lot of people start giving up those things that they were telling themselves they were going to do in December. And it gets hard, when you're in the holidays, you have time to think, and then when life comes back, you kind of start going back to the routine that you had throughout the year. But just here to tell you guys, you gotta lock in. You gotta do the thing that you were telling yourself you wanted to do. Admittedly, I fell back into that routine as well, just going back to work mode and forgetting about the things, I want to be doing. And looking back at 2024, the stuff that I'm really proud of, the stuff I was excited to work on, that's what I want to be doing more of in 2025 and really focus on that. Because looking at the huge body of work that I did do, I'm proud of like 1% of that. And I know a lot of filmmakers are the same way. They're only proud of the small percentage of the things that they do. I want that percentage to be bigger. I want to look for those projects that are going to be better. Thinking about that, I was like, okay, well, what are those things? And talking to real people, telling real stories, documentaries, interviews, those are the stuff that really drove my creative kind of spark last year. And I want to do more of that. I was watching this documentary of this wire walker, and I don't know, watching documentaries like that just really inspired me to want to create more and go out there and get out of my comfort zone and really create those things, get in an uncomfortable position about people that are putting themselves in uncomfortable positions, because there's so many people that are trying to do incredible things, and if I can find those people and tell those stories, that'll be awesome. So that's just one thing I was thinking about while packing for this shoot. I'm like, this is cool, I like what I'm doing, but I want to tell more interesting stories. I mean, I'm proud of what I did last year. There was so many things where I look back and I'm like, that's so cool that I was able to do that with the little resources that I had, with the little people that I had. And I don't know, maybe it's one of those things as being a filmmaker that you're proud of what you did, but you think about, well, if I was able to do that, then imagine what I can do with this story or with this person. And you keep looking for those moments where you're able to find kind of that lightning in a bottle situation where you meet the right person or you tell the right story and everything just clicks. Especially documentaries, it could be a tricky thing because they're very hard to find, right? They can be expensive. I think for the most part, or my goal for 2025 is to at least find those interesting stories and find those people to tell those interesting stories about. I think that's probably the more important kind of tool that I want to exercise this year, is really trying to find those stories and develop it. Every aspect about filmmaking is there's always those limitations, but how are you able to still tell that story? How are you able to still do the best with what you have? And I guess that's what I'm trying to do in 2025 with finding these small stories. I guess if you could take anything away from this video, is that whatever it is that you're envisioning, think about it. What is your biggest aspiration? Write down something that you would want to achieve for the end of 2025 and take one small step to get there. It just has to be one small step. You can start with you telling someone about it. Start with you buying your first camera. Start with you creating an outline for a video or for a story that you've been wanting to do for a long time. But starts with that one step. Peace.